Race number 10, it's another Class 2 and it's quality as well. It's over the 1400 metres. We'll get underway at 5:45 local time. Beauty Smiles back from the 1600 to the 1400 metres. Band of Brothers, a 4-time course and distance winner. Fantastic Treasure, unbeaten in 4 starts. Hinch and Love goes up £5 for his last start win. Over the page, we've got Maximus. He was a 2-time winner in France before arriving, but does have barrier 14. E-Star has his first start in Class 2. Sea of Life had blood in the trachea last time out. He was a 1400 metre winner at his only try, but that was in Class 3. And Private Rocket is a last start winner, track and distance. As we make our way across to the speed map here, Tom, for the final race. And how's it pan out over the 1400?
Well, it's likely to be left to Team Spirit up front here, trying the 1400 metres once again from gate number 8. He is eligible for something easier than this Team Spirit, but the question I posed to you, Paul, is does Maximus go forward from gate 14? He's back there on the map. Yeah,
no, I think he will. I think he will go forward, Maximus. That's how he's been running recently, and I think there is a spot there outside Team Spirit, as you can see there as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up there. I think what's going to happen is Hinch and Love and Roman Turbo, Not Usual Talent, should all get really good runs.
Yeah, Hinch and Love down there. Sea of Life's drawn awkwardly in gate number 13. Horses like Not Usual Talent, Fantastic Treasure, likely to get back, and awkwardly drawn as well as E-Star and Band of Brothers.
Speaking of Fantastic Treasure, Ed Sadler's been out at track work and has the latest on the unbeaten 3-year-old.
Thank you, Mark. Well, the dust may have only just settled on this season's 4-year-old series, but David Hayes is already plotting a path towards next year's 4-year-old series with Fantastic Treasure, who is undefeated 4 from 4. He's going to race one more time this season, and that, of course, comes up this weekend in the final race, where he steps up to Class 2 level for the first time.
All the signs are good. He's eaten all his feed and he's in terrific order. He's a great looking horse. Got a bit of a sticky gait. C+3 might be tricky, but good horses tend to overcome things. And a clear run with a lightweight might be better than being stuck on the inside.
Would you be planning on having him as a 4-year-old series horse for next season?
He's my number 1 seed, I'd say. I'd say if he was racing at home, he'd be a definite young group horse.
After Sunday's race, Fantastic Treasure will head for a well-earned break. David Hayes has already identified a Class 2 or Class 1 contest for the horse on International Day before he heads towards the 4-year-old series, starting off with the Hong Kong Classic Mile. We know, Mark, that there's plenty of time between now and the 4-year-old series for next season. A lot of the horses that will be participating in that series aren't even here in Hong Kong yet. But at this point in time, Fantastic Treasure does look like one of the rising stars of Hong Kong racing.
Thank you, Edward. That was Ed out at Sha Tin yesterday with David Hayes. Let's break it down a little bit more now, Tom, and we're going to start with Fantastic Treasure. This is his last win. There he is in behind the leader there at the top of the straight, and when he's asked for a bit more from Chad, he shows plenty.
Yeah, you can see he's had that good run through behind the leader there, and also Uncle Steve gets out into the clear here. It just takes him a wee while to pick up, and he did that in his start prior. It doesn't look like he's really going anywhere, but once he gets to this 200 metre mark, Paul, this is when he really starts to dig in.
Yeah, he looks in trouble, doesn't he, in both those 2 starts, but the best part of his runs for me are always the last 100. And look, he gave him a hit with the whip there, and the horse just ran away, and he was looking around at the end, Chad, and was eased up on him. So once he really asked for a serious effort, I think the horse always gives.
He pricks the ears as he comes down to the line too, which is a great sign that he's showing, although he's got them back in that one, but he'd prick them just past the post. We head from him, Paul, to Beauty Smile. He's a horse coming back in distance, which he won't mind because he has won twice over this 1400 metre course.
Yeah, he has, and he did win nicely. Now, both times he had really light weights, 115 and 113. He's got to carry the big weight, 131. Now, he has done that before in his last couple of starts, so he's been placed on both occasions. From barrier 3, he'll get his opportunity once again. It was a funny race, this one, and he looked like he was going to pick up the eventual leader, didn't obviously, who ended up winning Reliable Team.
And he was only just beaten as well, and he was still coming at the line. He's only been beaten there at the line and neck, and he was well backed on that occasion also, and I think he's ready to run another big race here. He's been slightly fresh in coming into this, and just very game run from him, so I'd be definitely including him on your tickets.
Zach gets on well with him. He's had 2 rides on the horse and he's run second both times. He'll be looking for one better here. Right, a number of these out of this race, Tom. We start out with the winner, Hinchinlove, who's up outside the leader there at this stage. The horse to really focus on is Roman Turbo, who races without a whole lot of luck and then gets a decent old whack at the 150-metre mark. Not Usual Talents in the middle. Racing Fighter is the grey, and Arthur's Kingdom is behind him. So we pick it up from the 600 metres, but Roman Turbo is certainly the one to focus on.
Yeah, certainly is. Not interested at all in Roman, Racing Fighter there, or Arthur's Kingdom, but look at the effort there of behind them, Roman Turbo. Keep an eye on him in the straight. Not Usual Talents run a brave race as well as they swing in. Hinchinlove, he had just the perfect run up on the speed here, and look, he's had a recent quiet trial since it outside the leader, but all the action about to happen here shortly. Poor old Roman Turbo, Paul, gets knocked off his feet.
He does, doesn't he? And you'll see this on the head-on as well. Bang! There he goes, and he did get knocked over. While this was happening, though, Not Usual Talent was being held up behind him as well. So I think both those 2 horses legitimate chances in this. Hinchinlove's just going so well at the moment. He's going to get the good run again. It's just whether he can reproduce that.
Yeah, he's crept up in the rating points now. He's up to, 86. So we'll see how he handles the further rise.
Here's Maximus again, Paul, in this race here. We saw him on the speed map. He was back, and then you think he might go forward. He comes out of this race. Arthur's Kingdom, of the 2, Maximus is the one we'll focus on. Yeah,
so Maximus is a horse that obviously needs to have a little bit of luck from that 14. I think they will go forward. If they can get outside the leader, then he should put himself into the race. Now, he seems quite an honest horse. He's had a couple of issues as well with mucus recently, but look, the draw put me off a little bit with him. I didn't get him in the top 4, but I wouldn't be surprised if he ran a nice race.
Yeah, draw put me off as well. I think he's definitely likely to go forward from that draw. And it was quite a gritty effort from him there to stay on. I thought last time out he had the trail, but it was just gate number 14. I found that the little negative for this time round. We know he's got some ability yet to win here, but hasn't been far off landing the prize.
All right, fantastic treasure, Paul. Can he make it another win?
Yeah, I think he can. Look, he always looks in trouble with the 100 or 200, and then he really flattens out and really pins his ears back in that last 100 metres. So I think he can. Roman Turbo, as we saw, he got knocked over last time, picked himself up for a nice second. Prior to that, the win over Super Wealthy was good. Not Usual Talent of that same race, and then Beauty Smile. 4, 5, 1 and 2.
Look, it's never easy for the 3-year-olds up in class to take on these older, more seasoned horses, but he's looked very good so far, has fantastic treasure. So I think he can go on with it again. Made him my top selection here. Roman Turbo, he'll be giving him a run for his money over the final stages. Certainly excuses for him last time out. Got Poleaxe there at the 200, but still picked himself up and ran second placing. Beauty Smile, I think, needs to be in as well, and Not Usual Talent. He's got 2 more pounds to carry, but he was closing nicely last time out. So 4, 5, 2 and 1.
It is fantastic treasure to do it again from both the boys.